Okay, it's telling me I'm live. Can somebody please tell me whether I'm live? Now, please note, if you are typing, I've got slow mode turned on to 30 seconds, so you would only be able to type 30, you'll only be able to type messages every 30 seconds apart. But if you've got something you could type just to let me know that there's somebody out there. I see it says that there's one person viewing, but is that me? Oh, wait, nope, I got a second person. Ooh. So that can't be me. So hello, person out there, whoever it is. Yeah, I figured I'd try this out while the Isom #2 campaign server. There we go. Agent of Salem says hi. Hello. How are you doing? I don't know if you heard me say it, but I've got slow mode turned on. Winterish sales. Or wait, Winterish Safe 83 Gaming. Yeah, these glasses unfortunately do not have a magnifying glass feature, so I'm going to have to probably lean forward more than I'd like. Let's see if I can bring this bench a little closer. Oh God, my set is so low tech, it's pathetic. I've got a piano bench basically. A long time ago, when I was a kid, my parents bought this electronic piano that has all these different keys. It can replicate various sounds, different drum beats, different stuff. You've probably either seen or maybe even had something like that. But I I had that, and I never learned to play the piano. I just didn't have the patience for it. So it just sat there for the most part. And I mean, I had some music books, I had some, sheet music and stuff, but never played it and never really did anything with it other than, occasional beats. Usually when other people's kids came over to play at our house, then sometimes they get a charge out of playing the piano, but that's about as good as it was for. But the piano bench reels works really good now that my TV tray that I used for about 7,000 years, that finally broke down. Yeah, that poor thing. I once, I, I thought I should give Dobby a sock and let it go, but I kept it around until that thing broke. I want to say that TV tray was about at least 30 years old. I am live. Thank you. Run the point night. Shout out to you. Thank you for showing, because I always like it when I get a comment from you on one of my videos or shorts or what have you, because I know that you are on top of things as far as this as far as comics goes. You saw the potential in Isom's power that I did not see. If I remember correctly, you were the one who saw that, and I had to make a whole video just because I was like, I can't believe I missed this. And I don't know. I don't know. Do you think it was understandable to miss? I mean, do you think it was easy to miss? Because I think just the fact that Yaira had speed lines and Avery didn't, I could not connect the dots. I think that's what did it for me. Let me see. This thing is, I've got slow mode turned on for every 30 seconds, and that might be too long. Let me see if I can do some customization with this. Where are my settings? Edit. All right, let me see if that, hopefully this doesn't kill me. Let's see, edit. And I'm going to turn the slow mode to 15 seconds. And we'll save that and we'll see how it goes. There we go. Slow mode is on. Send a message every 15 seconds. Why do I even have it? Why do I even have a slow mode in any way? I'll just keep it on for 15 seconds. I mean, seriously, if y'all really type that fast, I can't. Well, I mean, I can, but is there really so much to type? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I am live, and you are able to see me. Are the are the Isom 2 servers live? I don't think they are, unfortunately. Oh wait, it might be. There it is. Ooh, the campaign's up now. So if you didn't get your merchandise, you may have about a 5 or 10 second window where you can actually buy something. It says here, whoa, goodness. Every time it does come back, they're up about 10 grand. I didn't realize there were that many people just waiting to, with bated breath going to buy their stuff. But they're up to 877,000 now. And they were up to 850,000 yesterday. So yes, it was initially unclear. Okay, so yeah, Isom's probably. So what we're talking about, I don't know. Do you think we should tell them? Do you think we should tell the readers, or should we, let them try and figure it out for themselves? I kind of don't want to spoil anything about it, even though I did make a video on it. But at the same time, yeah, well, I got 4 people watching it. I guess we could put it to a vote. I'd actually be able to take a vote. with that few people. I think I'm one of the 4 people because but it was cool to see that scene animated. Yes, the Isom #2 trailer is probably the best thing about their campaign site. I think they did a really good job on that. The only thing that I thought was missing, and God, you can see my video shake sometimes. How is the sound, by the way? Anyway, while you're answering that question, the only thing I thought that was missing was that whoever the big bad of Isom #2 is, the one they show on the A cover, whoever the big guy is, I don't know who he is. I would have liked to have seen like a name for him. I know that's asking a lot, but the fact that he is going to be the enemy, it just it would be nice. In fact, I was thinking about cover A just recently, and cover A, group not page. What is that? Oh, the audio sounds good. Okay, thanks. Group not page. What does that mean? Okay. Anyway, let's see. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was thinking about cover A and its retro feel and I was going to pull it up. Well, the reason I was looking at the Rippaverse site to begin with was because I wanted to pull it up and show the Rippaverse cover. Okay, go ahead and bring it up. There it is. Go to campaign. Come on, come on, come on, before they shut the server down again. Yes, I did. I am rocking the Rippaverse shirt and a Rippaverse hat. I bought these during the clearance sale. I took advantage of the Blitz shipping. And I actually went to the meet and greet in North Texas over at Farm and Feed and met Eric July, and I was wearing this. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun to meet him. We just exchanged a couple of words. I just basically said, I'm glad, or I thanked him for mentioning me. Well, Ethan Van Sciver was the one who mentioned me, but I told him I'd be making a reply video to their comments about me on the live stream, and I did make that video. So if you haven't seen that, go and look at the video of EVS and Eric July are critiquing me, and go ahead and see that. And then I told him I was excited about the books coming out, and then that was pretty much it. But that place was so crowded, and I don't know if they were all there. I don't think they were all there to see him, because there were like 20 booths at the time with different podcasters and gamers and stuff like that. And let's see. Hold on a second. Group not page. That was a reference to my previous comment, but your previous comment that I see is hi. I don't know if I got your previous comment. Huh. Yeah, and he's a really nice guy in person. I mean, we didn't talk about any of the nitpicks or anything like that, but I just told him that I was going to be making a reply video. But yeah, that wouldn't have been the time or the place. But I mean, if he had anything that he wanted to say to me, I'm sure he would have brought it up at that time. He's not avoiding confrontation, that's for sure. But yeah, where is cover A? I want to see cover A. Come on, cover A, because I want to show it to y'all. There we go. Okay, click here for details, and then magnify it. Okay, so let's take a look at cover A. So here is, oh God, I'm already getting confused by mirroring and all that kind of stuff. There we go. There's cover A, and it's got a retro feel. You can probably kind of clearly tell. And what it really reminds me of is, does anybody else remember the Marvel flashback issues where they had the flashback logo across the top? And then they would have all of their issues numbered -1, and they would have kind of stuff like this. I mean, their covers would look like this, and refer back to, this is before the superheroes became superheroes. So you'd see a tale of Peter Parker before he became Spider-Man. There was a tale of Bruce Banner before he became the Hulk. In fact, the Hulk one was interesting in where that's the one where you learned that Bruce Banner accidentally killed his dad. He basically shoved him at the cemetery, and his dad fell backward and hit his head on his wife's tombstone, and he died. And so that was like a repressed guilt that was coming from him for the longest time, and that's part of what led into his becoming the Hulk. And so that's what this cover reminds me of. And the only thing, see, I guess the thing that I didn't like about it was the fact that you give these names down at the bottom. Like, here are the names: Sydney Bloodruth, what is it, Gooding and Shadron, but you don't give any pictures to associate them with. And hello to Sean Fry. And let's see, you didn't have any pictures to associate with them. So I would have liked to see maybe a smaller initial centered image, and then maybe circles with the heroes' faces in there, or whoever these characters' faces are, you know, and introducing Sydney Bloodruth with her face in a circle there, kind of like they used to do in the old days. But that would give a little bit more detail and give us a name to, or a face to associate with each name. So I think that would have been an improvement. But you know, I'm just looking at those names and like, where did they come up with these things? So $850,000 in the first day, and that's pretty much on par with what they did the first time around. That's actually better than what they did the first time around. I went and I tried looking up an article on what they made during the first campaign, and the first campaign was 800,000 that first time, and now they've got 850,000. So they're a little bit ahead of pace. Now, does that mean that they are going to finish even stronger than they started? Well, my prediction, as it has been from the beginning, is that they're going to make 3.2 million on this campaign. And largely I'm basing that on the numbers from the first campaign, where I basically divided out and said, okay, who all bought a copy of Isom #1? Because everybody, most likely, who bought a copy of Isom #1 will buy a copy of Isom #2. There's going to be some people who really like the book, and so they want to read #2. There's going to be people like me who need to critique the book, or are just going to be OCD enough to stay the course. And then there's also going to be people who are, you know, sunk cost fallacy. I mean, I may as well go ahead and buy it since I bought the other, you know, $50 purchase. And then there's going to be, for anybody who drops off, there's probably going to be enough new interest that people, is it warm in here or something? I feel like the air conditioning should be going and it's not. Any of the people who dropped off are probably going to be replaced by new readers, especially since he's offering that catch-up package, which I think is really good. I like the fact that he's offering Isom #1 and 2 together at a discount. Now, that's something that I've seen other creators just not do at all. I think, well, of course, Ethan Van Sciver is the one who I've followed the longest. And when I just asked him, I was like, why is it that no combo pack on here is any cheaper than anything that you would have together if you just bought them by their individual prices? It's like, I would like to have a little bit of incentive just so that in the future, I know that you're probably going to split this out and not offer the combo packages. So there's that fear of losing out on a bundle that I would love to get in. Squirrel Lover 69 says that's the one I got, the combo back for the combo pack for #1 and #2. Good deal. That is exactly what you should get. I mean, there's you definitely don't want to go to the store and buy an individual copy and then come back and find out you could have gotten #1 in a bundle. So yeah, that I think is one of the best ideas that was on there. One of the more exciting things. The only other, I gotta say though, on that campaign page, the only other thing that excited me was maybe the second preview page, where it shows Isom fighting the desert walrus people, or whoever they are. That is the only thing that I saw that was particularly exciting and was selling the book. I really was mystified by the choices of pages 1 and 3 in that preview set, because those are not exciting pages. I mean, yeah, they give you an example of the more mundane things, but mundane is not really what you ought to be going for if you're trying to sell your book, but I think largely he's going to be getting repeat customers as opposed to new customers. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see whether or not he's been sufficiently hyped around the comics community to the point where he gets more uh, more readers, more interest. Let's see, Biff Bam Boom Comics, shout out to y'all. Oh, really? A new preview comic? Okay, Biff Bam Boom Comics. If you haven't checked them out, do so. Are you able to put your link in the chat, or not? Probably not, because I think only moderators are allowed to do that. I actually got made a moderator on Ethan Van Sciver's channel. I'm like, what the hell? How did that happen? And he told me, he was like, I made you a moderator because I don't want you turning to the dark side. I'm like, okay. I have no idea how to handle that kind of responsibility. I was afraid to approve like any of the chats until I saw, because what happens when you're a moderator? I don't know if you've ever been a moderator. You will see these messages and you have the option to approve or hide them. And if any moderator can act on any of these messages. And so as they're scrolling past you, which can be quite fast, I mean, there's times when I've missed messages, and there were messages in there where I was like, I don't know whether I should approve that or not. I mean, I don't know what's allowed on his channel. I mean, should I allow that word? I mean, I know what this guy's trying to say. So if it was something that was absolutely safe, then I allowed it. But then I saw that the other moderators on the channel were allowing like all sorts of things to come through, to the point where I was like, God, are they even like exercising any kind of judgment whatsoever? Or are they just basically, letting all this stuff fly? So I got to the point where I got a little more comfortable with it, but I had to leave the stream to go look at Eric July's stream later. So I hope I've still got moderator privileges, but I also have to be careful that I don't abuse those, because, the reason I wanted to have the ability to post links in the first place was so that I could post some of my own material in the chat and say, hey, go check out the video for this. Hey, go check out the video for that. Because I had no idea that I was posting those links and it was going nowhere. I mean, they weren't even showing up. So I think I got like 0 traffic off of that site. So eventually I just started posting regular messages without the video links included. And so without the video links included, I was just saying, go check out the channel on my video where I'm critiquing Graham Nolan's Ghosts of Matacumba Key or something like that. But speaking of critiques, yes, Biff Bam Boom Comics. If you have not checked out the videos on my YouTube channel, or if you prefer Rumble or BitChute, I mean, I'm saying YouTube because we're on YouTube right now. This is my first live stream ever. So I have never, done any kind of live stream before where I don't know how to connect it to Rumble or anywhere else. I know BitChute doesn't have streaming right now, so I'll have to like download this and upload this both to Rumble and to BitChute. But Biff Bam Boom Comics, I've got 2 videos that are reviewing their 2 most recent comics. I believe it's still your most recent comics. It's Interstella #0 and Cody Valiant #0. So yes, I remember those very well. Yes. Okay, how are we doing on time? All right, we've got about 10 minutes left to go. I don't want to have a long live stream. I just want to have, kind of a short chat, because I wanted to just see how this works. Because if you have not voted in the community tab, okay, I kind of keep this a little bit under my Rippaverse hat, so I haven't been like just absolutely flat ass announcing it to everyone. But yes, I do have a poll in my community tab of my YouTube channel where I'm asking people, do you want to see me literally tear up a copy of Isom #1 on a live stream? Yeah. I don't really have the heart yet to post that to like in Ethan Van Sciver's or Eric July's chat. It's like, well, make sure you go vote. I think you did vote. So yeah, I'm looking, because here's the thing, y'all. There's going to be a lot of haters out there who need their cope and seethe therapy. So that is one thing that I could potentially bring to the table is, to basically bring calm and healing to the world. But in any case, go vote in the poll if you have not already. I think right now it is slightly weighted toward do not rip up. But, if you get enough haters out there and enough haters hear about the poll and they decide, well, you never know what's going to happen now. So this is probably one of my worst ideas ever. But hey, at least it got me onto doing live streams. So I can't be all bad. So yeah, let's see. I vote already, and I vote for Rip Up Isom #1. Says Winter is safe 83 gaming. So the reason I'm laughing is that it's giving me that feeling of the absurd. It's just absurdity. I mean, just doing that. I had a friend of mine was commenting on my YouTube short where I was advertising for it, and she was saying, why are you going to be ripping it apart with your teeth? Because you showed yourself ripping that piece of paper with your teeth. And I said, no, that was just a logistics thing. I mean, I can't set the phone down and record myself. I have to actually, have one hand holding the phone and then the other hand had to be doing something. So that's why I used my teeth. But no, I will not be tearing apart the comic with my teeth. Hey, that paper stock could probably break my teeth. Come on. He spent a lot of money on that paper stock. Oh goodness. So yeah, I mean the Isom #2, I wish I could say I'm excited about it. I just want it to be good. I want to be able to read through it, and I want to be able to read through it without catching thing after thing after thing after thing that I feel is either unclear or just a flat out error. And when I do get that, I'll be reviewing it largely the same way that I did Isom #1. Isom #1, if you all remember, if you haven't, go check out the Rippaverse playlist and look especially for the 13 videos that I put out, where they have all the same kind of thumbnail style. There's 13 of those videos, and those are kind of the official commentary videos. And in those, I basically tried to go page by page, and as in each section, I would basically find something that was in that particular section and comment on that. And as I went, there were things that I found where it was like the same errors kind of creeping up again and again, so it just didn't pay to repeat them. And I actually was enjoying Isom #1 up through the taxi scene. And then when we got to the taxi scene and then, the momentum broke, that actually was the point at which I kind of soured on the book. And it was not because I thought it was done badly or wrongly at that point from a story structure perspective. I think it is good that he got back around to his initial story and kind of resolved the plot thread with Santuan there. But it just, when you introduce so many elements and then you just take them off the board, it's like, oh, okay, I was excited there for a moment and now I'm not. Or at least not as much. So, yeah, that was. I can't say it was wrong though. That's the thing, is I can't say that was wrong or that it was a bad choice. It was probably the best choice for the book, given the kind of book that it's intended to be, where it's both launchpad and it's, a story focusing on Isom. But I hated the fact that I didn't get a chance to see like Avery interact with Alpha Core. That to me, if he'd had a chance to interact with them and then, wound up waking up elsewhere, that probably would have sat with me a little bit better, just to see, the reactions of, Yaira and Alpha Core and Avery all together and seeing where that all went. But, it went where it went, and it's fine. I mean, I can't say that was the wrong thing to do. I can only say that was not my cup of tea, but I can see why he would make that choice. So that's really important because, like Dick Masterson, when he did his like long ass commentary on all of that, so many things in there were of the mind of, I didn't like how you did this. And it's like, okay, I understand you don't like a choice, like for example, not revealing Isom's origin in book 1. Okay, I understand you don't like that, but guess who also followed that same pattern? Batman. Batman was introduced in Detective Comics number 27, and his origin did not appear until Detective Comics 31. So you had at least 3 or 4 Batman stories in between the first appearance and the origin. And that's okay. I mean, does anyone remember Shadowhawk from Image Comics? Spawn from Image Comics? I mean, they at least went 4 issues each before you got the origin of the character. Otherwise, it was just, a mystery leading up to that point. And then who else? Savage Dragon. Lord, it was how long before they had Image Comics 0? No, it wasn't Image Comics 0. It was Savage Dragon 0, I think, where they finally revealed, who Dragon was before he landed in that field of fire on Earth. So, yeah, the whole idea of, having to reveal the origin up front, it was like, I know what you want to see, but just take the book as it is. And if there are flaws with how the execution was done, point those out. The one good critique that I saw in all of Dick Masterson's stuff was about the 2 weeks ago versus earlier. Who in the world was supposed to know whether the earlier meant earlier that same day 2 weeks ago or earlier today and effectively now? If it's now, just say now. So anyway, I mentioned that in another video. That was actually my 13th video called Isom and Time's Arrow. Let me catch up with a couple of comments here. I think if the story has a stronger emotional impact, this is from Arthur Brown, then I can forgive a lot of the smaller issues. Isom 1 didn't really have anything beyond mystery. Yeah, I mean, I think there was a little bit of, who was the most confusing character to get acquainted with was Santuan, I thought. Because Santuan obviously was holding a grudge. And he was holding a grudge, but at the same time, he was keeping things close to the vest. I'm a little bit surprised that if Santuan recognized Avery from back in the day, why wouldn't he reveal Avery's identity to Isom? Oh, boss, don't you remember this guy? That wasn't there. So there's probably some backstory that explains that, but of course, I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll find out in this issue. Maybe we'll find out issues down the road. I mean, there's no telling how long it might take to resolve some of these unanswered questions. In fact, I was looking at the end of Isom, the Taylor scene. Oh, God, did anybody else get just royally pissed off when you saw that little asterisk there and it said, a tale for another day? When he mentioned, something about, or when the Taylor mentioned something about Isom, did that piss off anybody else? And I was like, you have hidden so much from us already that could have been asterisked and said a tale from another day. And this little thing you're going to point out as if it's like some kind of mystery? Give me a freaking break here. It was almost insulting. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. All right. So it is about 7 p.m. now, and I think I'm going to go ahead and kick off. But go ahead. If you have not already, please do check out the community tab on my channel and vote in the poll. We've still got some open time. I want to make sure that that the haters are all good and fired up by the initial bursts of the first few days of the Isom #2 campaign before I unleash that next live stream. And maybe I will figure out how to get this thing linked with Rumble at the same time. I don't have like any streaming software like StreamYard. So I think for the time being, I'm going to have to just stick with YouTube. And if there's anything that I have done during this live stream that it's like, oh man, that's annoying, I wish he wouldn't do that. Or does he realize this is happening or something like that? Let me know, because I can't see what the quality of everything I'm doing is. I know have been times when I've like jiggled the piano bench a little, and so you wind up getting a little bit of that kind of stuff going. So I'm trying to keep that to a minimum. And as far as the lighting goes, well, of course, you can see I've got like a bright speck of sun behind me, but at least it's not overtaking everything. I've got a little J.J. Abrams lens flare going up in the upper left-hand corner. So yeah, that's some fun right there. And of course, I can't tell whether the sound's any good or not. So oh goodness me. So yeah, thank you all for joining in on this live stream. We're going up on exactly 30 minutes now. So stream's gone well enough from what I've seen. So thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and break off now, and I will watch the stream, see how the quality looks, upload it to Rumble and BitChute, and get other people's comments as well. Unfortunately, on BitChute, it's probably going to be some racist stuff because it usually is over there. God, that site. You know, that is the one thing about StreamYard is browser based. Yeah. So I may have to check that out sometime. I think I'm just going to keep it low tech for now. And the reason being is that this is a 10-year-old computer, and I do not expect it to last another year, especially since Windows 11 is going to be like everywhere come next year. So next year is most likely when I will go ahead and finally upgrade to a new laptop before I think the support on this is going to run out in 2025, and they're just going to basically say, okay, we're washing our hands of everything Windows 10. And so that is when I will go ahead and break down and buy myself a new laptop. And I don't know what company I'll go with. I may like try for a quieter like laptop instead of like the fastest thing since sliced bread. This is actually an Alienware laptop, and it's lasted so long that I'm like, well, dang, you know, if I can get another computer that lasts me 10 years, that's not bad. So so we'll see. All right. So something happened in the lower right hand corner there, but I don't know why. I think I'm going to go ahead and kick off now before things start. Yeah, maybe my computer's about ready to collapse like a house of cards. But yeah, if there's anything I missed, if there's anything that could possibly make the live stream better, please feel free to put it in the comments. Do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you all later. Thanks. Good night.